the children of the one Yahweh. Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given this law to us.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 43. Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy.
God said that you should love your neighbor and hate your enemy, right? Right? He's referring to the Old Testament, man. All right, you're supposed to love your neighbor, man. Right? Love your enemy, right? You got that?
This is Exodus chapter 23, verse 4. If thou meet thine enemy's ass, if thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again.
So if you meet your enemy, you got an enemy, right? You know what I mean? And he lost something. In this context, he lost his donkey, right? You should still help your enemy. That enemy is another Israelite brother, man. All right? That's who you should, if you have an enemy of your Israelite brethren, that's who it's talking about. You should still love your enemy, man. Go ahead.
Verse 5. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with him.
You should surely help your enemy, man. In that context, your enemy is a fellow Israelite, man. So those are the enemies that you should forgive, man. All right. So our people have a great issue of forgiving other nations, but not forgiving their own family members, man. Hey, how y'all doing today? Y'all believe in the Bible? Y'all do? I got a quick question for y'all. Y'all believe in forgiveness, right? Okay. Whatever.
This is going into when it's talking about Exodus 23 and 4. When it's talking about when you see your enemy's ass, you gotta go return it to him or help him if he needs help. That's really going back into Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17 anyway, about loving your brother, because the reason you wouldn't help him is because you're holding a grudge. Right. And that's hatred towards your brother. Right? That's literally what this is going into.
And we already know through Leviticus 19, your brother is your fellow Israelite. Your neighbor is your fellow Israelite, man. So that's what that context is talking about in Matthew.
But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you.
They're still he's talking about Israelites, man. He's not talking about the people that he's coming back to destroy, because that will make him contradicting of himself, right? He's coming back to destroy these nations, separate sheep from goats. You know what I'm saying? The sword will be bathed in heaven upon Idumea, right? But then he tells you to love them. That makes no sense. That's contradicting. That's confusion. And the Most High God is not a God of confusion, man. Okay, go ahead.
Do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
That is all pertaining to an Israelite relationship, man. A so-called native, so-called Hispanic, and a so-called black man. That is their relationship with each other, to love each other and forgive one another, man. Not to hold a grudge against one another. But for some reason, our people apply this to forgiving so-called white people, which are biblically Edomites, for all the rape, rob, and murder that they put us through. The Portuguese, which are the same people, you know what I mean? Just they forgive everybody except for their own nation of people. And when I was going to this, think about this, it made me think about Saul and David, man. All right, so that's why I want to go into to reference this, man. Get it, break down the illustration of how we should deal, man. All right, give me that.
Who hates the men of the Lord more than our own people?
Right. Nobody hates us more than our own selves, man. All right, they tell you that in Acts, and they always want to kill the prophets, man. Always, our own people.
You got a precept too, because basically what he's really teaching this right here. This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 11. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger. And what's discretion? Going into you having knowledge and wisdom. Discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and is a glory to pass. It is his glory to pass over a transgression, man. To let something go. Basically, forgive your enemy. That's what he's talking about.
Letting it go. If your brother happen to come in and he robs you or whatever, man, try to forgive that brother, man. Because our people, the first thing they gonna want to do is go to war with him, man. Go take out him, his brother, his cousin, whole family. Now we got a whole war within the nation, man. And that has to stop, bro. You know what I'm saying? We should practice forgiving one another before we practice forgiving these other nations, man. That's just hypocrisy, man. You forgive everybody else except for one another. And that's why we in the state that we in now. That's why these devils can sit up here and say, well, black people kill black people at a higher rate, right? When you talk about a white police officer shooting and killing a so-called black man or Hispanic man, a native man, they always bring that up. When they kill each other at a higher rate, like that's an excuse for them to kill us. Let's stop killing each other and mowing each other down and being damn KKK members, basically doing they damn, you know what I'm saying, what they came to do. You got it.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another.
Prefer one another, man, before we prefer these other stupid nations, bro. Because they do nothing for us, man. Honor one another, love one another, forgive one another, man, before we start hugging a convicted murderer. You know what I'm saying? Start hugging them and telling them we love you. Seconds after the conviction. You know what I mean? Seconds after rubbing a head. No, man, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Have you ever seen that happen to us? We get convicted of murder and then they start giving us hugs? No. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 29. And Saul was yet the more afraid of David, and Saul became David's enemy continually.
These are two Israelites, man. Saul was the king of Israel at the time. David was up and coming, about to be the next appointed, anointed king of Israel, man. And David didn't want that to happen. I mean, not David, Saul didn't want that. Saul didn't want that to happen, right? So Saul and David became enemies, man. Saul was trying to do all kind of wickedness to David, man. He trying to take him out, and we're gonna go into that, bro. And we're gonna see how David dealt with that. We're going to see how David dealt with that, the man after the Most High's own heart. We're going to see how he dealt with his enemy that was in Israel, bro. We're going to see if he tried to murder him, get him out of there, or did he show him forgiveness, mercy, and love, man, how we should be doing each other.
Verse 30, then the princes of the Philistines went forth. Come. 1 Samuel 18 and verse 11, and Saul cast a javelin, for he said, I will smite David.
Saul is trying to kill David. Saul got a javelin, bro. Trying to smite him, trying to kill David, man. He trying to take him out the game. Get him out of here, man. I don't want this guy coming up taking my kingdom. It's not gonna happen, right? Go ahead.
Even to the wall of it. And David avoided out of his presence twice.
David avoided it twice, so he tried to do it twice. He tried to take him out twice with the javelin, man. All right, he tried to kill him twice.
Verse 21, and Saul said, I will give him her, and that she may be a snare to him.
This is going into David was supposed to have one of Saul's daughter, who was eventually given it to another person, and then another one of Saul's daughter ended up liking David, falling for David, and Saul's trying to give him his daughter, and he's trying to set him up. He's trying to set him up so he can fall, man. He's gonna try to kill him again. Go ahead.
And that the hand of the hand of the Philistines may be against him.
So he's trying to set him up to get killed by the Philistines, man. He's trying to get him killed by the Philistines, trying to set this man up, right, to go against the Philistines to get him taken out.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 17. And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil.
This is what Saul told David, man. All right? He has given him good, even though Saul has shown him nothing but evil.
And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I. This is 1 Samuel chapter 14, verse 17. And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I rewarded thee evil.
You treated me good, you know what I'm saying, even though I tried to treat you bad. I'm trying to take you out the game. But you treated me like, you know, with love, man, as we supposed to do, all right?
And thou hast showed this day how that thou hast dealt with me, for as much as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killedst me not.
The Lord delivered, and I'm going to go into that too. The Lord delivered Saul into David, saying David could have took him out. Matter of fact, go ahead and go ahead and go to verse 24. But yeah, he could have took him out, right? He could have took him out in the cave.
For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go away?
If a man find what?
If a man find his enemy,
so they're still being reckoned as enemies right here, man. And he didn't kill him. He showed forgiveness. He showed true love. What our nation needs to do to each other and knock these damn heathens, man. Go ahead.
Will he let him go well away?
If you find your enemy slipping, if you catch him slipping, are you gonna let him go away, man? Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all believe in the Bible, bro? You do? Hey, y'all believe in forgiveness, right? We need to start it with our own nation first, the nation of Israel, man. All right? Go ahead.
Wherefore the Lord reward thee good, for that thou hast done unto me this day.
So the Lord give him good for what he has done to me this day. You spared my life, man. When you caught me slipping, you could have took me out, and you didn't, right? Because even though he was his enemy, he still showed love to his brother, man. Showed him mercy, showed him forgiveness. Instead of trying to catch your brother slipping, take him out, and then go party with an Amalekite or something. Right?
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 24 verse 4. And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I will deliver thy enemy into thy hand.
So, the man of David homeboys came up to him, telling him, the day has come. The Most High has delivered David to you. This is the same account, right? The Most High has delivered Saul to you, so you can take him out. You can seek your vengeance, man. Go ahead.
That thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily.
He cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privately. You know what I'm saying? Secretly. Cut it off. Caught him slipping. Could have took him out. Could have slit his neck in that cave. Could have, you know what I'm saying, tied him up. Did all kind of things to him. But he just cut the skirt. And see how he felt about just cutting his skirt, bro. Just cutting the man's skirt. Let's see how he felt about it.
And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
He felt bad about it, bro. This one could not. Saul threw a javelin at this man, trying to take him out the game. And David feel bad for just cutting the hem of his garment, bro. And he could have took him out and sliced his throat. But he feel bad just for cutting his garment, man. That's the kind of compassion we should be showing amongst each other, man. All right, that's the kind of forgiveness we should have amongst each other. But for some reason, our people are destroyed. Not for some reason, because we don't listen to the Most High. Our people are destroyed, right? And then we all are attached on to these oppressors, these heathen, and showing them the love we should be showing each other. Okay, go ahead.
And he said unto his men, Yahweh forbid that I should do this thing unto my master.
He said, Yahweh forbid. God forbid that I should kill my master, man. That I should kill the one that's over me, my brother, man. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take out. I'm not gonna do it, right? Go ahead.
Yahweh is anointed to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing is the anointed of Yahweh.
He is the anointed of Yahweh. I'm not gonna take him out, man. I love my brother that much that I'm willing to forgive him, even though he's trying to take me out. I'm still gonna forgive him, bro. And I'm gonna try my best not to just take him out anytime I catch him slipping, bro.
This is James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
So he's gonna have mercy, man, right?
This is James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy.
So he's gonna, if you don't show no mercy, you getting drugged to no mercy. And that's from the, man, I want mercy from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I pray for mercy all the time. If you don't get no mercy from the Most High, I feel bad for you, buddy.
And mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
And mercy rejoiceth against judgment, man. You want some mercy when it comes to the Most High, man. Alright? Alright? How y'all doing today? Y'all believe in, anybody believe in God? Y'all believe in God? You read the Bible anytime? You do? What you read about it? You read possibly the Israelite?
I'm gonna jump up a verse. So speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty.
Judged by the law of liberty, man. All right, but grace. Okay, let's go into law of liberty. Is grace. You're gonna be judged by the things that you did while you had grace. That's what the second entry is on. While you yet had liberty, you chose not to do what the Most High said to do. So you're gonna be judged accordingly, man. You're not gonna have any mercy put upon you because you didn't show any mercy, man. Right? Go ahead.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 24 verse 9. And David said to Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt. Behold, this day thy eyes have seen how that Yahweh had delivered thee today in my hand in the cave.
So he could have took him out in the cave, man. He talking to Saul. Yahweh delivered you in the cave, and I could have took you out, man. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that Yahweh had delivered thee today in my hand in the cave, and some bade me kill thee.
So his man told me to kill you. Take him out. It's that time. Go ahead.
But my eyes spared thee.
But he spared him, man. Showed him forgiveness, mercy, love to his people, man. All right, we're gonna see what he did to another nation of people, man. Go ahead.
And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my other one, for he is Yahweh's anointed.
He's not gonna put his hand against, you know what I'm saying, the Most High's chosen, man. The Most High's who Most High appointed to be king, man. All right. This is David, a man after the Most High's own heart, man. He's showing true mercy, man, true forgiveness to his enemy. The key subject. He's not showing mercy and forgiveness to enemies of another nation. He's showing mercy, forgiveness to an enemy that's of his own nation. That's what that's going into, man. We gotta love our enemies, even of our own nation. If we got beef and problems with one another, man, it don't matter. You're gonna have to somehow, you know what I'm saying, put it aside, bro, for the better of our nation, you know what I'm saying, and just try to get along, at least be cordial with each other. Nobody saying you gotta be buddy, be best friends, but at least be cordial, right?
This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 through, I'm sure we'll keep going. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another.
Have some compassion against each other, man. Have some love one another, man. Be ye of one mind, of the same mind, moving the same, right? Loving one another, having compassion on each other. Not trying to just kill each other, not be of that wicked mind, man. Go ahead.
Love as brethren. Be pitiful and courteous.
Love as brethren. So that's rebuke. Rebuke your brother when you're going out. Don't suffer him to sin. Okay? Be courteous to one another. Treat each other nice. Treat each other with kindness. All right? Whenever possible. Do that. Go ahead.
Not rendering evil for evil.
Not going evil for evil, man. All right? Not sitting up here going tit for tat, back and forth. All right? Well, you did this to me, so I'm gonna go that much harder against you. You know what I'm saying? Your cousin killed my cousin back in 2002. So here it is, 2019. We still taking each other cousins out. At some point, man, they gotta stop, bro. At some point, they gotta come to an end, man. All right, go ahead.
Or railing for railing.
Argument for argument, going back and forth, tit for tat.
But contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Don't do all that, man, knowing that you supposed to inherit a blessing, man. Be the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? Walk contrary to that. Be nice to each other, treat each other with kindness, because we all want each other to get to the kingdom of the Most High God, man. Okay?
Read that again. I gotta make a point too. It says, knowing that ye are thereunto called. Who's the called, man? Israel. Right. Israel is called. And it says that ye should inherit a blessing. And who's that blessing come through? Abraham, man. So that's talking about us. That's not talking about everybody.
That's great, man. Okay. Hey, matter of fact, let's see what get back. Let's see what David did to the man that said he killed Saul, bro. See how David felt about that. Remember, this is his enemy, right? Go ahead. Verse 13.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 1 verse 13. And David said unto the young man that told him, whence art thou? And he answered, I am a son of a stranger, an Amalekite.
It's Amalekite. He told David, came up to David and told him that Saul and Jonathan is dead, right? David and Jonathan was real cool, man. They was partners, close partners, best friends. All right, and this Amalekite came to David telling him that Saul is dead, man. Let's see what he did.
And David said unto him, how wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thine hand to destroy Yahweh's anointed?
How was you not afraid to kill Saul, man? Because Amalekite told him that he killed Saul, right? So how was you not afraid to take out Saul? Go ahead.
And David called one of the young men and said, go near and fall upon him. And he smote him that he died.
Killed the Amalekite, man. Oh, he's still my enemy, but you killed him? I'm taking your ass out. That's not him showing love to the Amalekite, which is of another nation. That's him showing love to his nation, right? That's what we gotta do, man. That's what he did. Saul and David was enemies. That's a key point. Saul and David was enemies, and David still took out the Amalekite for saying that he killed Saul. Nigga, you got to die. Go ahead.
And David said unto him, thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth hath testified against thee, saying, I have slain Yahweh's anointed. And David lamented with his lamentation over Saul and over Jonathan his son.
So David ended up crying over Jonathan and Saul, man. Alright, but before he did that, he made sure he took out that Amalekite. He made sure he took out that dude of another nation, man, for the honor of his brother, man, for the love of his brother who was called his enemy. Okay? Let's see. He did it again, and he did it for Saul's son. Okay? Took him out, right?
And Rechab and Baanah his brother escaped. For when they came into the house, he lay on his bed in his bedchamber. Verse 7. For when they came into the house, he lay on his bed in his bedchamber, and they smote him and slew him and beheaded him.
They beheaded him. They cut the man's head off. Slew him, cut his head off. Go, and these are two Benjamites. Go ahead.
And took his head and got them away through the plain all night. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth unto David.
They brought the head to David. Couldn't have been that's the dumbest move they could have ever made. All right, take it easy, be safe. All right, so they brought the head to David. Okay, that's a dumb move. Go ahead.
To Hebron, and said to the king, behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, thy enemy.
Still calling Saul his enemy, so they slew his son. Right? It's like passed it down. Saul was your enemy, so his son is your enemy, right? So they thinking they did something good. Go ahead.
Which sought thy life, and Yahweh hath avenged the king this day of Saul and of his seed.
So he said, Yahweh has taken out Saul, his seed, forever. You don't have to worry about it now. You know what I'm saying? We did this favor for you. We did this for you. Right? Go ahead.
And David answered Rechab and Baanah and his brother, the sons of Ramon the Beerothite. And he said unto them, as Yahweh liveth, who hath redeemed my soul out of all adversity, when one told me, saying, behold, Saul is dead.
So he told him, you know, who are you to say you redeemed my soul, man? Yahweh's the only person that redeemed my soul, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not you people, not you guys, right?
Thinking to have brought good tidings.
Thinking that you brought some good news. Who are you to think you brought me some good news?
I look hold of him and slew him in Ziklag.
Start going back to that Amalekite. The Amalekite thought he brought me some good news too. The same way y'all thinking y'all bringing me some good news, thinking y'all bringing me the head of Saul's son is gonna be, you know, make me want to be, you know, friends and cool with you. Go ahead.
Who thought that I would have given him a reward for his tidings.
Who thought that I was gonna reward him? The same thing that these two Benjamites was thinking. Go ahead.
Who much more, when wicked men have slain the righteous person in his own house upon his bed, shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hand? So
y'all did the same thing by taking out a righteous man, you know what I'm saying, with wickedness, you know what I'm saying, and y'all think that I'm not going to reward y'all with the same reward that I gave the Amalekite? Go ahead.
And take you away from the earth? And David commanded his young men, and they slew them. Killed them.
There's two Benjamites. That's an Amalekite and two Benjamites all taken out because of an enemy of their own brother, man. Of an enemy of your own nation. That's how we should be moving, bro. That's how we should be moving, man. Go ahead.
And it's also good that he did that because that would if David was okay with that, it would set such a bad precedent in Israel. So then the people would be just like, oh, I want to be king now. Let me go ahead and attack David. Yeah. They're gonna do the same exact thing. That's why Christ warned us to dead that stuff. Yeah. The same way, if we applied this, there wouldn't be gang members anymore, man. That's right. The same way, bro.
Exactly, man.
And cut off their heads and their feet.
Cut off their heads and their hands, right?
Oh yeah, they
cut off their hands and their feet, man. All right, we should be showing love to one another, not these other nations. Hey, brother, how you doing, bro? You believe in the Bible? You do? How often do you read it? How often do you read it? What's your name? John. All right. So you ever read in the Bible about the Israelites? Yeah. You know what's your Bible? Yeah. What's ethnicity? You black. So you know most likely you would be. Okay, I'll be outside of here, but you know that most likely you would be from the tribe of Judah, the top tribe, same tribe that Yahweh came with, who the word calls Christ, Jesus Christ, same tribe he came from. You know, so you know how important it is to be an Israelite, to be, you know, you're a God on this earth. You know what that means to be an Israelite? Yeah. You know that means that the Most High God only came for you, only sent His Son for you. Yeah, He didn't do it for our nation. Right? You know that, right? You know that, right? All right. So you know what it means to be Israelite? Give me 1, 10, and 12. You know what it means to be an Israelite? You do? What it means to be an Israelite? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all His ways, and to love Him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So with being an Israelite, there's things we have to do. Certain ways we have to walk, being the elite. You know what I mean? We have to lead, right? So we got to keep these laws, exactly. We got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Some of those laws are not shaping your beard. You know what I mean? It's all a process, you know what I'm saying? And really doing your own study and see what we're really out here talking about. You know what I mean? So, but the laws say don't shave your beard. You know what I'm saying? Keep the fringe, you eat pork. You see, I was gonna say, you see, it got healthy. You know, you pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, and bottom feeders. Every now and then, that's good, man. All that is according to the laws of the Most High God, man. Yeah, you already almost there. You see what I mean? Yeah. Hey, you doing better than a lot of people, though. You know what I mean? Right.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and His statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So these laws, statutes, commandments are for our good, for the betterment of our people. Because, you know, our people kill each other by the masses, you know what I'm saying? Single parent households. If we all did these laws, statutes, commandments, we would be a much better people, man. All right, if you got somewhere to go, or you go for the Eagles. You go for the Eagles. We ain't gonna dress none of that folly. But you can get a flyer from here. We got a camp down in Atlanta too. Actually, I had Chief Preacher headquarters is in Atlanta. They teach in front of the CNN building. Yeah, so you go down there when you got time. Check what they go out there Thursday and Saturday. Drive by there.
It's about like 4
Yeah. He coming back. He coming down here next weekend. Yeah. So, but there's still some of them will still be out there in Atlanta teaching too. But get a flyer right there. We got more information on YouTube and things of that nature, man. Contact information, bro. Just know, you know what I'm saying, you a God on this earth, man. And give me Mark 1 and 15 real quick. There's one more scripture, then I'll let you go.
The book of Mark, chapter 1 and verse 15, and saying, the time is fulfilled and the kingdom of God is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel.
So it's time. The kingdom of God is at hand. So it's time for us to get right. So repent, make those necessary changes, and believe this gospel of this Bible that the Most High and His Son is coming back for the Israelites, which will be a descendant of them. All right. So check out the information. Go have a good one. All right. No, we ain't able to lose. No.
That's right.
Now you talking crazy, man. You was doing good.